मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Over the last 27 years, Franchise India has helped thousands of investors selecting the right franchise business for them. In this webinar today, we are happy to introduce you one of the best fashion and the lifestyle brand called Roar for Good. Roar for Good is a purpose-driven fashion and lifestyle brand committed to create eco-conscious, affordable, and high-performance product that combines style, sustainability, and social impact. The brand is built on new ecosystem around mindful fashion that address climate change, textile wastage, and labor exploitation, aiming to be the honest alternative to greenwashed fast fashion brand. The company's core belief is to fashion should not only look good, but also do good for the people, plant, and the future. To talk more about this, I'm joined with Mr. Rajan. He's the co-founder and the CEO of this brand, along with my colleague, Ankur, who's the key account manager from North. But before we talk more about this and about the model, the business, the brand, I would like to inform all the viewers that you also have opportunity to ask me questions related to the brand or the business. In case if you would have any question, my request is to please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box. If you have joined through mobile, you will get two options. One is the chat, the other one is the Q&A. You need to use Q&A option, right? That is easily visible to us, all your queries. So now I would request Mr. Rajan to please take the lead. Let's start a little bit of introduction and then we will move on to the presentation part. Over to you, sir.
Hey, thank you, guys. Good afternoon, all. My name is Rajan, as introduced already. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Roar for Good. I think I'll just spend a couple of minutes to just explain to you what is Roar for Good and why did we get into this aspect of business. After spending almost 27 years in corporate, we wanted to do something different, because we have been always, as we all know, fashion is the largest and the biggest polluter to the mother earth today. Okay, fast fashion, we call it fast fashion. So when I came out of it, we want to do something meaningful. That's why the name called Roar for Good. So the name itself speaks a lot of things. Our aim is to do good for the people, good for the environment, good for everything whom we are associated with. So that's how the name Roar for Good has come. So we are the first lifestyle brand in India. So when I say lifestyle, means we cater to the whole journey of a human being. Okay, so from the head to toe. So our aim is that we should be taking care of anything which is from head to toe. So when I say head to toe means apparel, footwear, and accessories. So these are the three categories we work on as of today. The materials we use are all eco-friendly. Just before that, I want to just tell that India is a very nascent stage when it comes to eco-friendly and sustainability and all these things are concerned, because it's very difficult to get the right fabric, the right materials. People don't understand much about eco-friendliness because we are a fast fashion country. 99.99% of the country is fast fashion. So what is fast fashion? We use it today, throw it tomorrow, right? That is called fast fashion. So we don't want to get into those aspects of it. We wanted to do something slow. So we call it slow fashion. Eco-friendly is a slow fashion. So we want to do something slow, but very meaningful and very impactful. So the materials we use, just coming to that point, we started with rPET. rPET is something called, we recycle the plastic bottles. And if you see, our shoe collections are all made from plastic bottles. Okay, so to make one shoe, it requires about 13 plastic bottles to be recycled. Then we got bamboo. So all our innerwears and socks are made from bamboo. Okay, so bamboo is the softest and breathable, most breathable fabric as on today. And it's only fabric which stretches 4 ways. Okay, and it's super soft. So when you wear it on your body, you'll not even know that you're wearing something. Our socks are made from bamboo. Okay, then we got organic cotton. Okay, so we just launched a couple of months back organic cotton. So what is organic cotton? The difference between a cotton and organic cotton is that we avoid pesticide. Because we avoid pesticides, so what happens is that you put less water to grow the plant. So you save pesticide. Okay, so you save water and you also ensure that there is no pesticide. That's why it is called. But it is also GOAT certified. It's not because I'm telling it is organic cotton. We are GOAT certified. Okay, GOTS. So all our product will have a certificate on it, which you can trace where it is made, how it is made, and all this sort of thing. Then we basically recently launched something called hemp. So hemp, we all know, is cannabis. Okay, currently grown in Nepal and Afghanistan in a large scale, but now the Indian government has approved for medical purposes. So it
We can't hear you.
We also have rubber sole, which basically goes into our soles, and all the soles we make, all for footwear, are made from rubber sole, and it is done on our own mold. So opening a mold is very expensive, right? So we have opened 2 molds of ourselves, where all the shoes are made from, because since we are creating a brand which has some meaning, we want to spend money on doing infrastructure building and then launch the brand. So what I'm trying to say here is that we are a lifestyle brand. We use eco-friendly material, and we do for men's and ladies accessories. In the accessories, we have caps, we have socks, we have innerwears, we have bags. Okay, those are the accessories we do. On the apparel, you can always visit our website, www.roarforgood.in. In that, you will see the whole collection what we do. We also plant trees. We also ensure that how much recycling we do. We don't use anything plastic as far as the packagings are concerned. All our packagings are recycled. Okay, we don't use any chemical colors, so we use watercolors to ensure that the packagings are done. So the aim is basically to do something which is very meaningful. So being a founder and my partner, Mr. Rajan Datta, we both started this couple of years back, and we had a major challenge, getting the raw materials. India has a huge challenge with MOQs. So what we did is that we opened our own factory. So we have a small factory in Goregaon, which is in Bombay, not Gurgaon, sorry, which is called Roar Lab. So the name is also Lab. So there we design, we sample, and we make our own collections. So all the apparels are currently made in our lab. So what it happens also is that, one is that faster turnaround. Second is there is an authenticity. And if you want to trace it, you can come and check, what we are trying to tell is all real. So that is we wanted to ensure that the transparency is there. That's the reason we opened our own lab where we put all the apparels. So this is where Roar for Good is. As of today, we are online through our own website, through marketplaces. We just got entry into Nykaa, Myntra, Ajio. We are on Amazon, we are on Cred. So there are about 5-6 marketplaces, and there's our own website. So this is what we are today. Our aim is, as we grow forward, we will also add more and more categories now. But now we want to go offline for 2 reasons. One is that India is a country where we like to touch and feel. So unless only me telling you it is organic, only me telling me it is hemp, it's linen, people might believe, people might not believe. Okay, but if you touch and feel, and I can give you the certificates, I can give you the proof, then you'll feel that, oh, what I'm talking is that. So our aim is to give you fashion which is having conscious and which are eco-friendly. So that's what it is. Over to you, my friend.
Thank you so much, Rajan sir. Now let's start with a formal presentation, right? And then we will also take all the questions, from the audience, right? So we're just starting it, audience. In case if you would have any question, you please keep a note of it, and then maybe at the end of this presentation, we will take up all those questions. Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, like I just said, our aim is basically fashion with a cause. So eco-friendly doesn't mean that it is not fashionable. It is fashionable. Okay, it is performance, it's quality, everything is there. But the icing on the cake is basically it's also eco-friendly. So as we know today, the world is completely getting rogered with plastics and synthetics and all. Every day you can see the temperature going up today. Every year there are a couple of degree temperature going up, and I don't know how long it will go, and how will we survive. So I think that is where we come in. And I'm sure, like us, there will be a lot of players will come in the next, 4-5 years, and we all collectively want to ensure that we be the player to help the environment. So if you see at the bottom of the thing, we have already recycled about 130,000 bottles. We have already planted 1,340. It's a little older numbers, but we have also saved about 27,000. So when I say tree planted, means every time you buy for 2,000 and above, we plant a tree in your name. So now what happens is that it is very common that everybody plants a tree. What's a big deal? The deal here is basically we give you a certificate. On the certificate, you have your name and there is a QR code. You can scan the QR code and it'll tell you where the tree has been planted and at what stage the tree is now. So that's a traceability. It's not me telling only. We also want to show you the proof. It is really there. It's not there, just talking. That's what we are. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, I think, consumers are tired, specifically in the European countries, and outside India, they're really tired. As if you can see, the Europeans are completely changed into eco-friendly now. And it's completely strict from the government point of view also. They have absolutely been forced to ensure there is no plastic use, in the European country. I'm sure in India also in the next 4-5 years, you'll see a lot of changes happening. I think one of the best examples is the EV cars, right? So we already got battery operated cars and all this thing coming in. I think slowly it will change, but I think the faster we change, good for all of us. Yeah, next. Yeah, I think the current issue is basically lack of awareness. I think the government, I'm sure the government is now working very hard to support it. But I think mainly it is lack of awareness. I think so. Most of our marketing spends goes on educating the customer. Why should you buy this? What is hemp? What is organic cotton? What is bamboo? I think that is where we spend most of the time educating the consumer so that at least they feel that they should buy, something which is very meaningful. Yeah. Yeah, I think the 4 pillars of our thing is basically fashion, performance, sustainability, and health and wellness. This is the 4 pillar we work on, and we ensure that whatever we do evolves around these 4 pillars of the brand. Next. I was talking about PET bottle. This is what made from PET bottle. It is all sold out now. We don't have the stock anymore. So this was one of the lightest shoe also. It's about 330 grams a pair. Very light shoe. Completely made from PET bottles. Okay, recycled PET bottles. Very good shoes, very light shoes and flexible shoes and all this. Yeah, next. This is made from jute. So now what is jute? We all know jute, we use for sacks to make sack bags for, onions and potatoes and all this thing. Unfortunately, jute has only reached there. But if you look at European countries and all these things, they make apparel from jute and sells at very expensive, 60,000, 70,000 rupees. They sell a pant and a shirt. So what we have tried to do is basically launch a ladies, fashion collection in our jute. So we have this in, block, we have in wedge heels and we have in kitten heels. So there are 3 colors in this, and we have in 3 different heels. Next. We also do natural dye. So natural dyeing is one of the oldest process in the civilized world. Okay, so it actually generated from India, and even now in Tamil Nadu, there are a lot of these factories. They do natural dye. So what is natural dye? Basically, flowers. They collect flowers from all the temples and all these places, and they extract the colors out of it. So now you can do colors from everything which is natural. You can take it from the bark. You can take it from the leaves. You can do from anything, even from the vegetable. You can extract the colors. So we do this process in Tirupur, whereby, and completely it's a hand process. There is nothing, anything which is natural doesn't have machine much involved in it because it doesn't work with machine. So it has to be completely hand process, and it's a very tedious thing. So we need to appreciate our workforce also who work on this thing, because they are currently neglected. So we need to ensure that how can we help them so at least they grow and we also grow. So I think this is one of our journey. In our journey, we will continue doing this. where we have a collection called Natural Dye. And the Natural Dye t-shirt, guys, let me tell you, in Europe, and it sells for 8,000 and 9,000 rupees, but we sell it for 1,200 and 1,400. Absolutely certified, pure natural goods. All our bags are made from canvases. All the lining, what you see insides, are made from PET bottles. And this is a 3-in-1 bag. So it is a shoulder, it's a backpack, and it's a tote bag. And it comes in about 5-6 colors and all this. Bamboo, I just spoke about. All our innovations are made from bamboo. And bamboo, I told you, is basically the softest fabric today. And bamboo is the fastest growing grass in the world. Okay, it can grow up to 1 feet in a week. That's how fast, and it doesn't require any attention. It takes its own resources, water from the earth, and all this sort of thing. And the product what we have made here is one of the softest, 4 times softer, and it is 4 times breathable. Okay, and it stretches 4 ways, and it's super soft, and it is lightweight. Of course, we do a lot of CSR activities, cleaning and all this thing. That is part and parcel of the brand DNA. Nothing much to talk about. We have to do this, but otherwise we are not road for good. So our USP, which we basically mentioned, was unique, affordable, sustainable, and planted trade. The go-to-market strategy is basically value proposition, price strategy, promotion strategy. So basically, we are very strong on digital marketing as of today. Okay, so you can see our Insta, where we are very strongly present. The meta part of it, which is basically Facebook and Instagram. We also do some Googles and we do some LinkedIn's and all this. So currently we are on online, where because the brand is currently online. So when we go offline, we'll see how we can do work on that. Yep. Yes, sales and like I said, we will, since we are going offline, the offlines are basically the franchisee route. We will also take the MBO route. We will also take the distribution route. And later on, we'll also have our own stores, which is the EBO route. Online, first year, we're just about to complete the first year. Second year, like we're just getting into the offline part of it. We get into export, most probably by the end of this year. And since we have our own setup, we also do a lot of bespoke. So in case somebody wants to make one piece, because what happens in fashion industry is that you can't make all the sizes. So the largest size normally any brand makes is XXL. So anything above that, if somebody wants a different size, we are happy to do that in 24 hours. Okay, and we can tailor make it for you as per your requirement from the collection what we have. We can't make it any separately, but anything collection you have, you can say, okay, I want this, but I want this in 5XL. We will do that for you because we have our own setup. And the channels like I just mentioned, offline, online, and distribution. Yeah, it's a 9.8 billion market. It's quite a big market as of today, but it will be about 25-30 billion in the next 5 to 6 years. So the opportunity is there. And it's not only about the opportunity. It is also to ensure that from the heart, we should do something good for ourselves and to the environment. I think that is what will make the difference. Otherwise, we will get sunk into all the debris which we are throwing on the Mother Earth. Next. There are a lot of brands today in the market. I'm sure everybody knows Neiman's. They do footwear. There is another brand called No Nasties. They are hardcore into organic cotton and they're a very good brand. Little premium than us they are. Okay, but they're completely organic. Beautiful brand. Interwove also is a sustainable. Damage is purely into men's innerwear. They also do bamboos and all this sort of thing. But they're only doing one product. Okay, so all this, like I said, we are the only one which is a lifestyle brand. The rest of them are very focused on single products. Okay, what they want to do from there. Yeah. Next. There are 2 models we are looking into, the FOFO and the FOCO, but currently we are more keen to go forward with the FOCO model, FOCO, franchisee-owned, company-operated. 2 reasons for that. One is that we believe that the first 4-5 stores, we should run it, to make it the comfortable zone for the partners and for the consumers, because our products has to be story told. If you're not telling the story, how it is made, the consumers are not going to get excited. Okay, for a consumer, it's just a product. But if I'm not able to tell you what is inside the product, I can't excite you. So that's the reason we want to run it ourselves. Why we want to run it ourselves? Like I said, 2 reasons. One is that we want to ensure that the story has been told. Second, we are very confident that we'll be able to achieve those numbers. So we want to also give that comfort zone to the partner that we will ensure we'll run it successfully for you guys. We are looking at something like an 800 square feet to 1,000 square feet. The investment is basically 40 lakhs. The revenue share is about Revenue share is basically we are thinking as of now is about 1,25,000 per month. Minimum guarantee is about 20%. So it is shown 18% here. We are looking at a MG of 20%. Payback period is 15 to 18 months. And the average annual ROI would run in the range of about 120 to 130%. Contract period is 5 years. FOFO, I'm not discussing much. Unless somebody is interested, we can discuss separately. So this is basically, the comfortable. So what happens also is that when people think eco-friendly means expensive, we are not. Okay. So we are affordable, we are value for money, and we are also comfortable. So basically what happens is that, let's say for my innerwear, I sell for 490 and 590. I sell a organic cotton t-shirt for about 1,200. So that's exactly a normal price. We sell socks for about 100, 200 and 300 rupees. So this is what we kept the price. We didn't want it to go very high. The reason is, again, we want everybody to start using the product, feel proud, and then come and buy and buy and buy again. I think that's what we want to build the community here. Yeah, I think our journey is basically, of course, this is our dream. And I think collectively we'll make it successful. It can't be done on my own. We need, a lot of friends and families and, partners who, have the same vision as we are. And that's the way, we can grow together. And I think it is possible. India is a 1.4 billion, population. And if we can't do it here, we can't do it anywhere. Yeah, I think this is where, our most of our focus is really going to be. I think 30% is where I think it's very important. The first and foremost is the product. The product has to really be good. There can't be any compromise on those aspect of it. Then comes the operation, and then how do I market it? And then the technology and capex. So that's where the 10 and 15% is where the technology capex. But I think the other basic thing is very focused for us. I just mentioned we have hemp. We just launched hemp collection, which is on the site today. You can see that. We will be launching cork. We'll be launching espadrille. We will be also launching linen. Okay, this is the collection which was supposed to come, but the hemp is already launched. The other things are all under process. Mr. Datta is, like I just mentioned, my partner. So we actually have distributed our job into two parts. Mr. Datta takes care of the backend. When I say backend, means finance, legal, strategy, logistics, anything to do with administration. That's what he does. And then my job is to take care of the front end, that is from product to operations. So I take care of the front end part of it, Mr. Datta takes care of the back end part of it. That's me. I told you, like, I'm 27 years in this business, and these are our team members, who helps us in, to ensure that we run it smoothly. Our core members. Yeah, I think this is, again, like I said, we want our journey to move in this direction, and I hope collectively we can do that. Yeah, by 2030, we want to be a 750 crore brand, and we want to do our IPO by 2030, if everything goes well. Because we just wanted that whatever we do need to be distributed within the community. And that's the reason we want to do IPO very fast. Great, guys. That's us from Roar for Good. Let's roar together.
Right. Thank you so much for the detailed explanation. So, I would now request all the viewers, in case if you have any question, do please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box. If you summarize this overall presentation, I mean, there are a number of reasons why you should go for this brand. Number one, fast growing and sustainable fashion brand, right? Which is into an affordable segment, right? And that to focus on the eco-conscious fashion. This is what makes this brand, absolutely different, right? We probably have gone through with a number of brands so far, but eco-conscious fashion is something which is rare. I probably have seen this kind of offering, after really a long period of time. So that is what is something that you can take it as the X factor. Apart from that, diverse and the high demand product range, right? This is what they have, from recycled PET shoes and bags to organic cotton and the bamboo apparel. I mean, This is absolutely, different, right? Apart from that, the strong brand purpose is focused more on the strong customer loyalty, right? Of course, with the tagline of the passion with a cause. You will have a high margin with multi-channel and will have a multi-channel sales model. Of course, primarily right now, companies focusing more on the core model with a very good returns. But yes, we can also go for the 4-4 based on the fruitful discussion, right? Apart from that, the brand is also going to give you full support from the retail industry veterans, as you must have seen in that. Like he has almost like 27 years of experience, right? That is huge, uh, and I think Mr. Rajan also have worked with in continent. Like I think you also have worked in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, in Nepal also, right? Correct?
I've been spent almost 24, 25 years outside India. So I
Correct.
spent more than half of my life outside India. And in India, I've only done two ventures. I launched Being Human in India with
Mhm.
Salman Khan. So that was completely done by me. You can Google it. It was my baby to launch Being Human in India. And then I was vice president for Phoenix Mills for 4.5 years. So these are the two projects I did in India. Otherwise, I've always been outside India. And when you work outside India, you understand the nuances of how we should move in life. In India, because we have such a huge population, the priorities are very different. So we don't look into what we are wearing. Because India is a very price conscious market. They look at sasta hai. If it is cheaper, I'll buy it. I'm not looking at what material it is. I don't want to see what it is made up of. If it is cheap, I'll buy. That cheap is what is killing us. We need to have something meaningful when we start buying from today. Is it really going to help me? Is it really going to help my mother earth? Is it really going to help the environment? I think we should start be conscious now. We need to be conscious. Yeah, otherwise what happens is that the next generation which comes in, they might not be able to survive. So we need to do something for the next generation. We have done half of our life, so we are at least safer. But what about the future? I think we should think that also. So there was one query. Sorry, should
Yeah.
I take that query?
You will take that, but just wanted
Okay.
to understand how based on your experience of last 24 years outside India, I mean, how do you think that Indian customers are gonna adapt these products? These are amazing products.
I think this is all
There
about.
will be challenges.
See,
On
the
what?
challenges are major. There are major challenges. One of the reason, though the company is 2 years old, we only went live about 7, 8 months back. So there was two reasons for that. One was basically, am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. So there was two reasons. One was that, like I told you before, the issue was to get the right partners who can supply us sustainable materials. That was very difficult for us. Second was there was an MOQ issue. Everybody wants to make 5,000 pieces. Nobody wants to make smaller quantity. Third one was basically timeline and delivery times. In India, unfortunately, nobody sticks to the timeline. Kal karenge, kal karenge. And the fourth one was basically authenticity. Is it really what he's giving me is right or wrong? Okay, so we had this major challenge and we lost a lot of money in that. That's the reason we put Roadlab. Okay, the Roadlab we put about 6 months back. We said, enough of this, let's, because in Roadlab now what happens is that I can make even one piece if somebody wants one piece, and I want to help the upcoming partners who want to make smaller MOQ. They want to make, we are there to help you also. So that is the reason we created those aspects of it. And secondly, what happened, like I told, India is a very price conscious market, very, very price conscious market. Okay, we want everything to be cheaper. Okay, so that is almost 70-80% of the population. So how do you make? Okay, so I am not saying that I am cheap, but I'm also not expensive. So by spending on the couple of 100 rupees, you can get something which you will be very proud of. And there is no compromise on the quality, there is no compromise on the fashion, there is no compromise on anything. You will get the best of everything, but you're also getting value for money, and you're also an eco-friendly car. So that is, I think, what people need to start. So what I told you is that basically we spend most of our marketing money on educating the customer. Why should you buy this? And what is there inside this product? And how is that you'll make it proud for you? So it's a long journey. It cannot happen because we are so used to fast fashion, right? So it will take a little time for us to educate the customer. That's why we want to go offline. So offline, the moment you touch and feel, you get comfortable. What a fabric. Then I have to tell you what is inside that. That is how we want to take this journey forward from.
So based on your so far sale through online, right? what has been your experience? Which customer, what kind of customer, or which area is giving you more business?
See, the surprisingly, very, very surprisingly, it has been BR and UP. I don't know why. uh, we never expected that to happen. I was expecting that the tier one cities will really bring in the money, which is Bombay, Delhi, those, but Kolkata, all three has not been in the top of the list of ours. What also it tells us also is that aspirational crowd. See, what happens with Bombay, Delhi, and all, you have a lot of options, right? I'm used to a certain brand. I don't want to change it unless until there's something drastic. But what happens with the upcoming cities, that is the tier twos and tier three cities, they are always looking for something new. They're always looking for something aspirational. That is where I think we must have hit the nail. We don't know. Okay. So what also happens is that 80% of the business comes from my own website. Why? Because the marketplace we just started getting 3 months and 4 months now. So eventually marketplace will take over. But I think two reasons. One is the confidence that the consumer is sold from the website means it is authentic. Because on Amazons and all, there are a lot of fake items also being sold, right? And India is the only country where there are no check and balance. So I can claim anything. I can claim that I am making product from gold, but there is no check and balance. So 90% of the people who says that, hemp can be sold at 1,000 rupees, there is something wrong. Hemp cannot be sold at 1,000 rupees because the cost of hemp is more than, to make the cost itself is 1,500 rupees. So how can you sell it? So there is, because nobody checks it, so there is a challenge. So that's why we have all the certificates. We keep all the certificates. Tomorrow if somebody asks, I can show you the certificates. But there is nothing faking with that part of it. So this is where the challenge is, like I just mentioned. Tier 2, we see a huge hope of people buying and increasing our brand awareness from there. Tier 2 is where I'm really focusing on, not tier 1. Tier 1 also, there is a challenge with the real estate. The real estate cost is very high, right? Because that is your major chunk of your cost, right? So we don't want the partners to also suffer unless until he has his own property, where we can, do some experience and all this thing. Otherwise, it is not going to work for us.
All right. Let's summarize the investment breakups once again. Right?
Yeah.
So queries are majorly focused on the investment breakups.
Yes.
So if we can again talk about the overall investment for the FOCO, where you are focusing right now.
Yeah. So in the FOCO, what we are looking at is basically the breakup is going to be such. We are expecting the cost of fit out for doing a 800 square feet should be anything between, I would say, 16 lakhs to 20 lakhs. Okay. So we don't know. The designs are almost ready. So we don't know how that have that. But I'm just keeping in the range of 16 to 18 to 20 lakhs. Okay. So there is a franchisee fee of 5 lakh rupees. Okay. And the rest and the partner take care of the rental. Running of the organization, staff costing, all the other costing is on me. Merchandising also is me. I'm paying for that. So that 40 lakh, what is shown there is basically 20 to 22 lakhs. It's not 40 lakhs. Huh? So that in that 40 lakh, there are 20 lakhs worth of stock. So that I will take. He doesn't have to pay for it. The partner doesn't have to pay for it. So we will take care of it from our side of it. So their investment is basically 20 to 25 lakhs. That's it. And the rental which he pays monthly, which I am giving you basically as a minimum guarantee, I will pay about 1,25,000 or 20%, whichever is higher, you will anyhow get every month, which will be calculated on a quarterly basis.
Okay.
So what happens is that, so let's say 1 month is bad, 1 month is good, so we do a quarterly calculation and this partner will ensure, that's the reason we say 15 to 18 months, he'll get his return on investment. Again, why are we going so aggressive is 2 reasons. One is that we want to give the confidence that this is a very attainable concept. It will make money, and we wanted also a good partners who understands. One is that he's proud of being an eco-friendly partner. Second is that, he also understands the business part of it. So this is where we are looking for, like-minded partners to come on board with us.
Great. Indeed, it's really, good for the investors. Very affordable and very convenient model, I guess. Right?
Yes.
In case if anyone would like to go for this, I must, say that you must go for this, right?
So there is somebody is asking for DYP City Mall. I don't know where it is. If they can send you guys the full detail, we can have a look at it.
It's in Kolhapur.
I know, but I don't know the area where it is.
All right. Okay.
So see, I have sent a criteria. What are the criteria we look for opening a store? I have actually sent yesterday. Please have a look at it. Yeah, as long as that criteria matches, we are more than happy to go ahead with that.
All right. Few questions are again how much of your revenue currently comes from online?
All the revenues are online only. We have a very small portion of export. We get some of the clients from Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. They are also interested to take the brand there, but we are not ready. I thought first should be India and then we go outside. So we get small orders, very small orders from these three countries on a regular basis. And one of them are also interested to take the brand outside there. So we're working on those aspects. Otherwise, all the business is coming today from online.
Sir, do you have any IP for your product or
No.
any materials which you
No,
have?
no. India doesn't have such things. Please understand that. See, in India, it is very difficult. For example, I don't know if you just saw today, yesterday, Prada has launched Kolhapuri. Prada launched Kolhapuri chappal for 1 lakh rupees.
I saw that. Yes, yes.
Can you imagine? Unfortunately, as a country, we have never appreciated anything. See, India is the only country in the world which has been always organic. India has always been organic. Our forefathers were organic. Please understand that. It is only in the last 50 years we have become European. We eat KFCs, we eat, whatever the Gora tells us, we use that. That is where we have spoiled the country. Otherwise, we are always organic. Now, what happened is that they repackage it as organic and they're charging you a premium. That's all. So now what happened is that there is nothing called, tagging and this and all. Kolhapuri, that's a criminal thing. And Prada is not even acknowledging that it's an Indian product. Can you imagine? Selling for 1 lakh rupees. A Kolhapuri where we can buy for 2,000 rupees in India is selling for 1 lakh rupees. So that's what I'm telling you. So
I saw that. I was really surprised.
It is not only that, there are so many surprises if you go outside. They all copy Indian stuff. They all copy. But India doesn't value their own product. You understand, right? So if I go to the market, 90% rejection I'll get. Arey, what you're talking, man? 100 rupees mein t-shirt mil raha hai na, kyun khali put? You understand, right? That's the mentality we have. So we need to come out of it. We need to be proud of what we are. And let's do. Like, if you remember today, it is today's news. Adidas has launched tie-dye collection. So tie-dye is something which I also have. I just showed you, hand color, right? Taking color from the flower. That is called tie-dye. Okay. Adidas has just done it. Okay, they are telling it is Indian history we are taking into our fashion. At least Adidas is acknowledging that. But what I am saying is that we have internally so many good things which we need to start using it. Unfortunately, we don't do that. So that is where our small koshish hum log bolte hain, we want to do that. And we want people to come together. And it's not expensive, And I guarantee you, business will happen. That's my guarantee.
I have one more question. So you also have a plan to go for the IPO, right?
Yes. The reason we want to go for IPO is basically, like I said, we want it to be a very, public limited thing as we move forward, and we want to share whatever we make within the public, at the end of the day, it has to go back to the Mother Earth. Yeah, whatever we make need to go back there.
And so also, as you said, that lots of international companies are now taking care of the local advantage. They package the Indian product and sell it at a very expensive price. Right. And also, I mean, one of the very surprising things that, the kind of product you have, the eco-friendly, they really find a very rare companies, promoting this.
Yes.
So don't you think that it is going to be a kind of challenge?
It is.
What is your plan for educating customer about about your environmental mission, by the way?
See, anything you want to do differently is going to be challenging. For me, I have spent 27 years in fast fashion. I know that if I launch a fast fashion today, I can make millions of rupees. It's a no-brainer for me. But I didn't want to do that. Okay? I said money will come. Eventually, money will come. But the purpose is important for us. Okay? So that's the reason we are doing something which is eco-friendly. I know it is not easy, but I think it is just, we just need a very few like-minded people to come together. From a 1.4 billion public, even if it is 0.001% people can come together, we can change, and we can really scale things much faster because a lot of resources are already in India. A lot of resources, but we are not utilizing it. Everything is available in India. Now, if you see, all the Europeans, they use materials from all fruits and vegetables. Tomato fabric, Lotus fabric, Apple fabric. You understand, right? So all the R&Ds are happening across. It's only time, when people will start using it. So we have a first mover advantage. So if I'm moving first, I always be saying, okay, this was the guy who really started it. So we want to do that. I know it is not easy. So how do I educate the customer? Through social media. So we spend a lot of, like I told you, we spend a lot of money on social media to promote it. But we need a lot of people to come together to make it more viral. Otherwise, it will be always a slow pace, right? It's a slow pace, but it will eventually grow in the next 2-3 years.
But do you have any tie-ups with any exclusive manufacturing partners for your product manufacturing?
Yes. For footwear, we have tied up with Hindustan Unilever. Okay, all our footwears are made by. Now you'll say Hindustan Unilever or footwear ka kya connection?
Correct. वही मैं पूछने वाला था. Right.
So Hindustan Unilever is more food than cosmetics and all. That was a surprise for us. So they have a department called Hindustan Food Limited, HFL. Under that, they have a vanity case. In that, they produce footwear. And they have about 15 to 18 factories across India, which is also a big surprise for us. So we have tied up with them. Why? 2 reasons. One is authenticity. Okay, because I am working with, and they are LWG certified. So LWG certified means they do everything which is in line with the environment. Okay, so they have a certificate. So tomorrow I am not making somewhere in Dharavi or using labor, child labor. I am not into that business. So anything I do, there is a story, and there is a certificate, and there is a tracking. We are very clear on those aspects of it. All the apparel is made by me. So usme to puchne ke, you want anytime, anybody can come to my Roar Lab anytime. It's a small boutique factory. We just bought over, like I said, 5-6 months back, which can produce about 12,000 pieces in a month. For us, it is enough as of today. As we grow, we'll expand later on. But designed, sampled, and made in my factory. And best part is that Hindustan Unilever has a factory in Vasai now. Okay. So for me, it is easy. So I spend a day there. Every week I spend a day, and we design, we sample, and we make products from there. So the authenticity, traceability, everything comes into picture of those aspects.
So you're saying that in case if anyone would like to, have a visit to your
Yeah,
office,
yeah.
so just to take care, just to get a, touch and feel,
Anytime.
understand the product, is it possible, right?
Our office is in Vikhroli. Our factory is in Goregaon. So anytime anybody wants to come, more than happy. I'll be happy to explain to them, show them the product, how it is made, why it is made differently. All that can be explained. Nothing to worry about. That's what my job is all about, right? So I want to give you the confidence. That's why I'm sitting here.
And also, I think, sir, in case if you would be able to provide sort of video or, processing videos, how you basically focus on creating these kind of products. That would
Yeah, so there is a small video on my website on the factory, Roar for Good, Roar Lab ka ek chota sa video hai, that you can have a look at it.
I'll take that from you.
Yeah, have a look at it. And then we always post videos on Instagram, how the shoes are made. We are launching the sneaker collection next month. The beautiful sneaker collection, it should be launched next month, made from rubber sole and, canvases and all this. So that video also we have how it is made. That also will be available on Instagram. So you can see that.
Is it, so again, the shoe which you make is again from the PET bottles. Is that true?
We are now making 3 more materials.
Mm-hmm.
We are making canvas. Okay, because canvas, what happened, the Gen Zs, they like to have little fabricated stuff, so they like fabrics and all this. So we have created a collection for them. Okay. Then we have suede leather, LWG certified. Okay, so that is also, like I said, it is certified. And all the insoles, I don't know how many people understands that. In the shoe, the most important part is the sole and the insole. Okay, that's the biggest part. Okay, because why? Your weight is being taken by the shoe for 12 to 14 hours in a day. Okay, apparel comes on your body. Your body goes into the shoe. So shoe is the most important part, which nobody knows or nobody's been told. So what happens in India, all the shoes you get are all flat foot. The insoles are flat. Insole cannot be flat. It should not be flat. It has to have an arch because our leg has an arch. Okay, otherwise the blood circulation doesn't take. So we have tied up with a company called Ortholite. Ortholite is the 3rd largest company in the world to make insoles. So all our insoles are made from Ortholite. Okay, which gives you a more softness on your knee and your heels and all this part of it. So there is a story in it. So that is going to launch next month.
So great. So just to add to this, I just wanted to ask you my last question: how you differentiate with one of the brand only brand I know, which also claim to be something which create product from these kind of materials. Niemann's.
See, I don't want to tell anything about other brands. I think Niemann's I would always say that experience it. Because for me to tell anything about any other brands is not good. Niemann's, when it started, I always used to follow them. At that time, they were absolutely, genuinely, they were eco-friendly. Okay, I have no idea about what are the current maps and roadmaps and all these things. But they are one brand which brings in a lot of collections every day, every month. They do a lot of dropping of collections regularly. They keep the price very low, okay, which is surprising again. But I think, they are playing with a lot of fashions and all this thing. So Niemann's was one of the first brand in India which started as an eco-friendly brand. Okay, but I think I'll leave it to consumer to go and experience it, and I really don't want to say anything out of it.
True. Great.
So we follow brands, if I have to really follow brands, there are fantastic brands across the world, Karyuma, Rotis. I don't know how many of you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, these are genuinely 110% eco-friendly. Okay, so Allbirds, no nasties in India. They, whatever they claim are right, super right. They say they are certificate, they have everything. So that is very important. Otherwise it, genuine doesn't come. But a lot of Indian brands are coming up, which are very genuine. And I'm sure, at the end of the day, we can't do greenwashing anymore. You can get all my history biography on the click of your mobile. So I can't sit there and keep lying. Doesn't work anymore. 20 years back I could have done it. Today you can't do that. So we have to be absolutely transparent to ourselves and to the consumers whom we are talking. Otherwise it doesn't work. It's a there's no shortcut in life. So we're very clear on those aspects of it.
True, and absolutely, really good to know about the kind of brand you are and the kind of product you are offering to the society. I mean, you are among very few brands which is there with a cause, right? So that's really amazing. Thanks so much, sir, for coming here on the show and talking about your brand.
My pleasure.
I'm really impressed. Personally, I really find it absolutely fantastic products. I would definitely, in case if I get, then of course I'll definitely trying to take an experience for sure, right? Yes, talking about the investment planning, I think FOCO model, the way your offerings are, it is, I think, very good. My request is to all the investors, in case if you would like to go for a deep dive discussion, my request is to please call us. Let's have a discussion about it. And you will definitely be surprised with a lot of factors, right?
Absolutely. Any question, any queries you have, please do let me know. I'm there to help 24/7. There is no Saturday, Sunday for me, so I work 24/7. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Thanks so much, sir. Also, Ankur, in case if you could also share your name, number, and the location. I mean, Ankur can also be contacted from wherever you are calling from. You may contact him, wherever you're from, and then we can have a planned discussion about
absolutely
the business support.
Yeah.
And also, I have shared it in the chat box, 9717683838, or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseandrea.in. I think this is an absolutely fantastic opportunity. And if you want, please get in touch with us. And also, as Rajan has said that, in case if anyone nearby Mumbai or anyone, Maharashtra would like to go for, touch and feel kind of experience, then of course, he will be there to welcome you for sure. Yeah.
Let's roll together, guys.
Thanks so much. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for coming, sir. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankur, for helping me driving this webinar, and all the viewers waiting for your call.
Thank you.
That's all the day, everyone. On Monday, we will again come up with the brand and with another brand, and we'll